What's the hardest part of having an online relationship? How do you get back on track after derailing? How do you create healthy and genuine relationships? Do you and Ryan plan to have kids? What's up, folks? So it has been a hot minute since the last Q&A video, so that is exactly what we're doing today. Got your questions, and I'm gonna give you my answers. So grab a beverage, coffee, water, tea, whatever, and let's get started. What are your tips on disconnecting work from home, especially if you work from home? So one thing that has personally worked for me, because a lot of my work is through my phone, I actually got a second phone, one for my work, one for my personal, because I just found that I was constantly checking my phone, whether it was for leisure purposes, going on Instagram, TikTok. I would constantly see the analytics and stats that is associated with my work. So overall, it was just better for my mental health to just completely separate the two. However, I do understand that having two phones is probably not realistic for a lot of people, but I think creating that separation, an actual, like a physical separation, is key, whether you're working at home from a dedicated office space or desk, or maybe it's just completely blocking off a separate time in your calendar for work and personal life. What's the hardest obstacle that you have come across with your clothing line? Probably the two things would be patience and money. I had no idea how long things would actually take. I mentioned this before, but this is a completely new industry that I had no previous experience in other than being a consumer and I guess advertising. But yeah, just creating a new garment with like patterns and milling your own fabric, it just takes a long time. And with that, every new step is just more money. So I understand why people like go the drop shipping route or private labeling. It's because it's so much cheaper, but just like every little aspect of it, it definitely adds up. But yeah, just having the patience for it. What's the hardest part of having an online relationship? It would definitely have to be the comments, especially when they kind of take it out of proportion. A vlog is literally 10 minutes throughout the entire week. And some people take, your partner seems unhappy at 8 minutes and 34-second mark. You're probably gonna break up. I'm like, what? Like, excuse me? Am I missing something? Because you literally just saw a 5-second clip. Maybe we were very exhausted. Maybe we worked out before. Maybe we just ran home to film the shot so that we can, catch the proper lighting, whatever. So I get it, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and it just comes with the territory of, putting your relationship out online. But yeah, some of the comments can get quite toxic, and I try my best to not let it affect me too much. All right, this is a good question. Actually, it's two-part, because one person asked, how do you stay motivated for the gym? And then another question is motivation versus discipline, which is more important for reaching your goals? I would say discipline by far. Motivation is it's affected by a lot of extrinsic factors, and that's something you can't control. Whereas if you are disciplined, you just understand that that is just what you have to do to get to your goal, and you just do it because you have to. So yes, motivation can be very encouraging in the initial stages, and it's nice to have that kind of like burst of motivation throughout, but discipline by far is just a lot more consistent. Do you and Ryan plan to have kids? That's a very good question. Ryan! Hello. So, do you want kids?
Yeah.
Me too. Not now though.
No.
Not until we're like, I want to say like mid-30s.
I'm enough of a child already.
Ryan, yeah.
I can't even
Ryan is currently learning, putting things back after he's done using it.
Washing my hands when I get in the door.
Self-care, moisturizing his face. So we're working on a lot of things with Ryan. But yes, I would love to have kids. I love kids. I love playing with kids. I used to be like a swimming instructor, working with kids. Love kids.
At the same time, kids scare me. With our jobs right now, I think it's a little bit hard for us to be like, oh yeah,
yeah,
kids. Let's have a serious conversation,
young.
Right?
We're in our mid-20s.
I mean, our parents were popping out kids at our age, and it's just like, what
What are you doing? But they were also buying houses with like quarters and chocolate bars, so it's not a fair comparison.
Probably adoption.
Yeah.
I myself am adopted, so I always, from a young age, I knew I wanted to adopt, and now it's kind of like,
that's what you gotta do.
What options do we have?
Close the door. Close it. It's mine. Was it always your goal to be your own boss, or it came by chance and you felt good about it? Yeah, like I wouldn't say as a kid I wanted to be like a business person or whatever. I think as a kid I wanted to be a teacher, firefighter. But I remember in high school, I had this like retail job, you know, just like folding clothes and talking to people. And I just remember hating it. Absolutely hating it, and just dreaded going to work. Plus, growing up in a first-generation immigrant household, my parents always had to work the kind of lower end jobs because they couldn't speak English, and they were also in a place where they didn't love their work, and it was just very grueling, and it was very taxing on their body and mind, and I just saw the toll it took on them. So I kind of associated like having a typical 9-to-5 job with that, I think, at a very young age, which probably kind of pushed me into the more entrepreneurial route. Me and my boyfriend love to watch your videos. We watch every video from start to finish. We can't wait for your clothing line. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. What is your favorite snack? Well, funny you should ask, because that is the perfect segue for the sponsor of today's video, iHerb. If you haven't heard of iHerb before, they're an online store with over 30,000 products in different categories like beauty. They have K-beauty, they have grocery store items, they have supplements, they have pet, you name it. They've got it. So let me just give you guys a quick little haul. I am very excited. Speaking of the best snacks, you guys already know how I feel about dried mangoes. These are from Made in Nature. Guys. Plus, the best part, ingredients, organic mangoes. That's it. Anyways, top snack for sure. Next up, we got some of these fig balls, as well as some more dark chocolate Mocha almond bars, just so I can like give to Ryan so that he can like eat something at work when he's super busy, just like So yeah, got some more snacks. I also got something for Jasper. This is the Charlie and Frank dog paw bombs. Decided to pamper Jasper a little bit. You know, he's 4 years old now, as you guys know. We celebrated his birthday. You know, his paws are getting rough. You know, running around the beach, giving people fist bumps. This is just like a little balm. You just, you know, rub it. Ooh, very smooth. And you just put it on his paws. Make them nice and moisturized. Next up, we got the products in the beauty category. I'm very excited. This is the Laneige lip sleeping mask. Heard very, very good things about this. Ryan has very kind of crusty lips sometimes, so this will be very good for him. I got a nice little serum to put on my face before my moisturizer. Here is the Eucerin Daily Hydration Cream with SPF 30. I could not find this in store in Canada anywhere, so I was very excited to try this, and I think this is going to be really great if you're having like a lazy day, or if you're like Ryan where you don't want to really do too much. It's good that you can get a good level of hydration but also SPF protection. Plus, iHerb is currently celebrating their 25th anniversary, so they're having an anniversary sale throughout the month of September where they're going to have products up to 25% off on select categories. So make sure you guys use the link below, check out their site for daily deals and see what you can pick up, or you guys can use my code and save 5% on your order. Once again, a big thank you to iHerb for sponsoring this video, and you know, this yummy mango snacks. All right, carrying on with the questions. How do you create healthy and genuine relationships, both in a romantic or platonic? Now, I know everyone says this, but I really do believe it's one of the most important things, and it's just communication. Talking to your partner or friend about how you're feeling and, you know, kind of why you're feeling this way. I think it just does a lot. You can't just expect people to understand how you're feeling, because frankly, I don't understand how I'm feeling sometimes, and I don't know why I feel what I feel sometimes. So if I don't know what's going on, how the hell do you expect your partner to understand what's going on with you if you don't know what's going on with you? And that's okay to vocalize. Just be like, you know what, I'm frustrated. I'm not too sure why. It may be because I'm stressed about work or this, but I'm not too sure why I'm frustrated, but I am frustrated. And I think just communicating that with your partner is just so important. Especially as men, we're not really taught at a young age to express how we're feeling. So, you know, when I got into a serious relationship, I personally found it difficult to express how I was feeling, not only because I had to be vulnerable, but also because it was a completely new experience. And I think the more you get comfortable expressing your feelings, but also like vocalizing how you're feeling, that's something that you just need to learn to do, because it's important in relationships, in business, in every aspect of your life. And I think that's just something we can all just get better at. What time do you get up and what time do you go to bed? So because Ryan gets home quite late from work, usually around 12:30, sometimes 1, and then I try to wake up anywhere between 8 to 9, depending on what I got going on that day. But you know, that might change, you know, with the BLS club launch coming up. I'm definitely going to have to, you know, wake up a little bit earlier. But at the same time, you know, I have to maintain my physical and mental health. I don't think I'll ever go into the route of that 4 a.m. hustle bro mentality. How do you get back on track after derailing? I would say the first thing to do is kind of change your mindset in that you didn't derail off your goals. As cheesy as it sounds, every journey has its ups and downs, and you were just in a down moment. And just understand that as humans, that is going to happen, and just allow yourself to feel that. You know, just accept that there was a short period of time where my actions were not conducive to my goals, and that's okay. And just accept that. It's not, I've derailed and everything's over and there's no point anymore. Get on with how you would normally continue on. Nothing special, just take it step by step. You guys already know this channel is all about sustainable change. Don't do anything drastic. Don't think you need to do something crazy because you weren't the most productive for like the past 3 days. Just go on as you normally did. You'll be fine. All right, so I'm sure this video is getting quite long, which is usually what happens when I like to chat. Your boy likes to chit chat, you know? I like talking with you guys. How do you get comfortable in front of the camera, filming in public, and public speaking? Honestly, it all comes down to practice. I probably have over 400 videos that I've made that are now privated. And those were just kind of like practice shots. Like, I'm not necessarily the proudest of the content or the topic or the discussion, but those years were critical for me because it allowed me to practice talking in front of the camera, editing, my workflow, just everything about what I currently do. But that's the beauty of it. It's like when you first start in practice, not a lot of people are really gonna see it. So just really take that time to just practice. And if you don't like it, you can always delete it. So trust me, just practice, practice, practice. Initially, you're gonna hate the sound of your voice on camera. You're gonna hate the way you look. There's gonna be a lot of growing pains. However, you know, practice it. A couple of years later, you'll be good. Is it easy to feel accepted in Vancouver as a same-sex couple? I would say for the most part, yes. We live actually in like the gayest part of Vancouver. There's like rainbow flags like down the streets, etc. So it's a very kind of accepting neighborhood, and Vancouver in it itself and British Columbia is very progressive compared to Alberta. But you know, there are certain instances still where it's not the most comfortable to be holding hands or whatever. Maybe there's like an older couple like staring at us, glaring at us, whatever. And more so because this is Ryan and I's first same-sex relationship, and there's a lot of difference that we both had to learn together, and I think that's very exciting. So yeah, thankfully Vancouver is a very accepting part in Canada. I know it's not like that in the rest of the world, but yeah, we are very grateful to be where we are. All right, so I think this is going to be the last question, and that is, when are you going to get Jasper another friend? So Ryan and I have definitely talked about, you know, getting a cat or getting another dog, but for living in a 1-bedroom apartment, it's just not, you know, Jasper isn't the smallest dog, so to get another dog, it will be quite cramped. And for a cat, I'm very, very allergic to cats, like hives and rashes and all that kind of stuff. So until I'm able to go on like allergy therapy and start injecting myself with like cat saliva or whatever they do, that'll be down the line, because I know he really does want a cat, and cats are very cute. But I think for right now, Jasper is more than enough for us. So yeah, there's just a lot to consider when getting a second pet. But yes, we would love to, and we have all the names picked out. We are very excited, and yeah, I think that's a very good place to end the Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed kind of sitting and just chatting with me in this midweek upload. Once again, a big thank you to iHerb for sponsoring this video. Check them out using the link below. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and remember to be less shitty. Thanks, guys.